Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commonwealth Conference Football. Lynn Tech taking on Nashoba Valley Tech. Both teams looking for their first win. We'll get set for the kickoff. Tech is going to get the football first. Short kick, wasn't really an onside kick, but a little pop. Nashoba looking for the football. They just kicked a little pop fly past midfield. They didn't kick the normal, what you would consider a normal onside kick. Tech comes away with it. Nashoba thought they had it. Tech is going to get pretty good field position. They'll have it at the 47-yard line. And that's where Tech will put it in play. Wideouts right and left. Off the left side, turn the corner. Badawi with the carry. And they get to the Nashoba 49. So he picked up 4 on the play. Second and 6. Off the left side again. They get the first down of the ball, and they picked up 9 on the play, so 13 yards in 2 plays. First and 10 from the Nashoba 40-yard line. Tech is going to get 5 yards. Everybody jumped. There was a few people that jumped before the snap. So that'll cost them 5, and it'll be first and 15 as he gets pushed back to the 45-yard line. Double wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. And they wrap up Badawi for a loss. Back to the 47, they lose 2. Now there was a penalty against Nashoba. And that's going to push it to the 42. So we lose 2 and they gain 5. So it's going to be second down and 12. The quick out, caught. Slips a couple of tackles. Nice job by Miguel Soto with the catch from Pinero. They're down to the 35. They picked up 7. They need 5 on second down. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. And almost looked like Tech jumped again. No call on the play, but they get down to the 24-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and that moves the chains. And it gives Tech a 1st and 10 from the 24. Opening drive, they started at their 47-yard line when Nashoba attempted an onside kick. Off the left side with Badawi. They give him a couple to the 22. Second and 8. Closing in on the red zone with the opening drive of the ball game. Eating up some time in these new 12-minute periods under the new rules, which there are very many. Badawi straight ahead. He didn't give him a lot of yardage. They moved it back to the 23. They lost a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Looked like he made some yardage. And they said he lost a yard. So 3rd and 9. Pinero rolling, in trouble, going to get hit and knocked down for a pretty good sized loss. I don't know if that was a run play or a pass play. All the way back to the 32-yard line, they lost 9. Fourth down and 19 for the Tigers. Looked like they were cruising when the first down at the 24. Even when it was 2nd and 8, it was okay, but now they've lost 10 in 2 plays. And it brings up a 4th down. They're not going to punt from here. They send 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Now we're going to get a timeout. One of the Tech receivers came to the near side, then ran back to the far side. They were running around. They want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So James Runner and coaching staff will talk to the troops. Nashoba will do it defensively. Opening drive of the ball game. Upcoming the 9th play. 2 5-yard penalties, one against Tech, one against Nashoba during the drive. So they're kind of balanced out. But now Tech is faced with a 4th and 19 from the Nashoba 32. And they stay with the 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Pinero looking to throw. Now he's going to take off and run with it. Get some room, but it's not going to be anywhere near a 1st down. Get back just about to the original line of scrimmage. And that's what he did. He picked up 8. But they'll turn the ball over at the Nashoba 24-yard line. They go to the spread with 3 wideouts to the far side. Now they send motion. Randy Delva with the carry. He got it out to the 33 for a pickup of 9. They go very quickly. The quick throw to Tyler Aiden gets him into Tech territory at the 38. Not wasting any time. Dumbo with the carry. So they're going no huddle, going very quickly. Piled up. And they pick up 1. Again, 3 wideouts to the far side. Motion coming to the near side. Pass knocked down. Good defense by Tech. And it brings up a 4th down. 4th down and 6. And Nashoba's going to kick it away. No, they don't kick it away. They snapped it to the up man, but there was a timeout called just before they snapped the football. Nashoba was going to try razzle-dazzle. They had the quarterback, Liam Carson. He was the up man, like the blocker for the punter. It looked strange, like they were going to kick the football from the 34-yard line. But they snapped it to the up man. He was the quarterback, and he was looking to throw the football. So fast-paced football by Nashoba. They're not wasting any time. Up to the line of scrimmage. Run, throw. Now they're going to spread, they're going to go. Motion. And they stop it because there was too much motion. They put Delver in motion, and then everybody else moved as well. Now, Nashoba's used almost all their timeouts. It's their first possession in the first period. They didn't like the setup they had. They called another timeout. Jose Bobo, the quarterback, was by himself, went to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he changed the play or not. But he was backing up. And before he could take a couple of steps, they called another timeout. So to use at least two means they only have one left, because now this year it's 3 timeouts, not 5. So here we go. Now they're lining up to punt it away. I think it just snuck into the end zone. Now, they are saying it went in the end zone. One official was standing at the 1-yard line. So Tech will get it at the 20-yard line for the second time in the period. One official was staying at the 1-yard line. The other one was in the end zone. They finally gave the signal for the touchback. I thought they would give Tech the ball at the 1-yard line. So Panero will leave the offense out. The 2 wideouts come to the near side. Badawi, the deep man. And it looked like people jumped again. Nashoba says they have the football. And they do. Tyler Alden recovered it at the 19-yard line. I don't know if they bobbled the snap. Well, the ball went to the ground. Alden recovered it. They go back to the spread. They give it to Delver off the right side. Not going very far. Guy Morgan was one of the guys in on the hit. They lost a yard. All kinds of chaos on that play. They lose back to the 26. Looking to throw, in trouble. Takes off and runs with it. Makes something out of nothing. Gets down to the 17-yard line. Yeah, we got flag on the play. Somebody jumped. And it was Tech. So now it makes it a manageable 4th and 3 at the 12. They run straight ahead. Looks like they got the first down. Boba just ran straight ahead. He picked up 5 and a first down, and they're looking to score. Pass incomplete. Gabriel Perez. There was a play. They kept the camera here. The ball was up there. Second and goal. They almost slipped a couple of tackles, but lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2. Third and goal from the 9. Nashoba trying to get on the board first here in the first period. They run straight ahead to the 4-yard line. So another big fourth down play coming up. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Fourth and goal from the 4. They threw it in the corner of the end zone. Alden made the catch, and Nashoba gets on the board. Took him 8 plays to go 19 yards. And on fourth down, they convert. They go for 2, and they run it in. Straight ahead with the quarterback. So that fumble by Tech cost them. We've used up most of this first period, 2:11 left in the period, and Tech finds themselves in an 8-0 hole. It looked like they were going to get on the board first, driving first down at the 24-yard line, and they went backwards from there. They held Nashoba after they got into Tech territory, but then they fumbled it away. And Nashoba took advantage of the fumble. Took them 8 plays. Helped out by a Tech penalty. But they convert on fourth and down from the 4. The 2-point conversion is good. Now an onside kick again. I don't think it went 10 yards. Went out of bounds before Nashoba could grab it. Tech is going to get good field position. At the Nashoba 49. So they tried 2 onside kicks. Both have failed, but this one gives Tech even better field position at the Nashoba 49. But they've got to go to work. They're down 8-0. The wideouts double up on the far side, one to the near side. Badawi off the left side, very short yards, if anything. No gain on the play. Second and 10. First time I've been in a game where the stakes light up. You can see the bright 2 for second down. The double wideouts come to the near side. And Tech jumped, I think it's going to cost them 5. Back to the 46. So it'll be second down and 15. That time they made contact, but the new rule is hurting a lot of teams where if you just take a step or flinch, it used to be if you didn't make contact and you got back before the ball was snapped, you were okay. They dropped out of NCAA rules. They went into federation rules. Now, if you flinch, you don't have to make contact. If you just move, whether the ball is snapped or not, it's 5 yards. Of course, now there's 3 timeouts instead of 5, 12-minute periods instead of 11. The holding calls are from the point of foul, not from the line of scrimmage. So if you're 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it turns out to be a much bigger penalty than 10 yards. Those are just a few of the. No automatic first downs except roughing the passer or the kickers. Everything else is from the line of scrimmage, pass interference. So all the officials had to take a course in all the new. Someone told me there's like 238, 248 rule differences between NCAA and Federation. I'm not sure why the jump. Second and 15 as we get back to football. One wide out to either side, motion coming to the near side. They try to run it to the far side, and the pass is incomplete. A little forward shuffle. And it's going to be 3rd and 15. Winding down this first period. Pinheiro will bring the play back to the huddle. They better hurry up if they want to get another 5-yard penalty. They go to the spread. Pinheiro almost dropped the ball. Lobs it up, lets it fly. It's picked off at the 35-yard line. And that was Alden with the pick. And they get it back to midfield. Just inside midfield at the Tech 49. So Nashoba with their second turnover. And they're back in Tech territory, leading at 8-0 with this first period winding down. Motion coming to the near side. They lob it up. And he just threw it down the middle, looking for Alder, breaking straight to the goalpost. Incomplete. Second and 10. Jose Bobble with the keep gets, looks like he's got a first down inside the 40-yard line. Picked up 11 and a first down. And they go very quickly. Tova can't get to the outside. They got a piece. They drag him down. The ball went loose. They knocked the ball loose. Tech says they have it. Let's see what the official says. And Tech did get it in that mass of players. They have it at their own 38-yard line. They got to get something going offensively. They only have 1 first down. 2 first downs. Both of them coming on that opening drive. They got the ball back, turned it over on a fumble. They got the ball back, turned it over on an interception. And they're hoping that the second period is better because we're winding down the first period. Wideouts right and left. They fill the backfield. Running it off the near side. Morgan gets it out to the 44. Second and 4 from there. Pinero brings the play back to the huddle. And I think that's going to do it for the period. So Nashoba had the better of it in the first period, picking up an 8-0. They converted on that fumble recovery from at the 19. Took them 8 plays to do it, but they did it. And now Tech will have it starting the second period, 2nd and 4. They run into a stack. That's Morgan again picking up a yard. So another 3rd down play. 3rd and 3 for the Tigers. Wideouts right and left. Look like they're in the power I almost. They try to run it off the right side. Nothing doing. They get only a yard. Fourth and a couple. Let's see what James Runner does. He's talking to Pinero coaching staff. They may be going for it here. They're either going to go or maybe go to a long count, try and draw Nashoba offside. Wideouts right and left. They go to that power I. And they get the first down and a lot more. That's Badawi. They're in the Nashoba territory for the 2nd time. He picked up 8. They needed 2. They pick up their first down in the second period. And they hold on to the football, trailing 8-0. They stay in that power I. It's that handoff, nothing doing there. And we're going to Tech play it down, but getting up. Carlos Mateo with the carry. Call it no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They stay with that full backfield. Wideouts right and left. Badawi off the right side gets inside the 45 for short yardage. They'll bring up a 3rd and long. Tech player down as they got to the 43. They picked up 3. And obviously, if they went for it on their side of the 50, no reason why they won't go for it here on the Nashoba side of the 50, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. Early moments of the second period. Nashoba took advantage of a fumble to get on the board. They lead it 8-0. Pinero rolling, looking, incomplete. Looking to go to Morgan. Fourth and 7 for the Tigers. And I don't think they're going to kick the football. Pinero on the sideline getting a play. Taking a little bit of time. I don't know. I thought maybe they might take a timeout, but he's back to the huddle now. They need 7 on 4th down, or they're going to give Nashoba a pretty good field position. Wideouts right and left. They stay with that full house backfield. And now we're going to wind up with a timeout called by Tech. A decision here, do you kick it deep, trying to pin them back? Or do you go, and if you don't make it, you give them pretty good field position? James Runner having a conversation with the officials. They recovered a fumble Tech at their 38, picked up a 1st down. Badawi picking up 8 yards, getting the 1st down at the Nashoba 46. But in 3 plays, they've only gained 3 yards. And the discussion goes on, defensively for Nashoba, offensively for the Tigers. So they decided what they want to do. Wideouts right and left. Looking to throw. Rolling to the near side. They let it fly long and deep. Had it, couldn't hold on. Good attempt by Soto. He got double covered. They went for all, throwing it deep. Morgan almost made a great catch. And Nashoba is going to get pretty good field position at their 43-yard line. So Tech comes up short. As usual, they come right up to the line of scrimmage. They like to go fast-paced offense. They try to run it straight ahead. Morgan wraps up Delva. I'll give him a yard to the 44. 2nd down and 9. Straight ahead again. They wrap him up. Tech thought they had the football. There's Maris with the carry. Got 3. 3rd and 6. From the 47. They spread the wideouts, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Dropping back, looking to throw. Discussion by the officials. Tech got the football. They picked it off. I believe it was Perez. And now a long discussion. They're talking to Coach Runner. I don't know if it was a penalty against Nashoba. That's kind of academic if you... There's a flag back at the 42-yard line. And it looks like it's against Tech. James Runner's not happy. Holding against Tech. It's going to be Tech's football. They're going to wind up a little worse off than they thought. After all the discussion, there was a holding penalty against Tech marked off. That was during the interception run back. So Nashoba turns it over for the second time. Tech gets the football. They'll have it at their 42-yard line, trailing 8-0. They've got it for the second time here in the second period. And they, almost with a wing tee. And now Tech moves. And they're calling against Nashoba. The Tech fullback took a step forward. But they called against Nashoba. And it's going to be 1st and 5. Tech got a break there. I don't know if he moved after Nashoba moved. 1st and 5. From their own 47-yard line. They run off the right side, cutting it back to the near side. One man to beat. They're not going to get him. Outstanding run by Gabriel Perez. That play went around the right side. He got down the sideline, cut it back to the near side, and outran everybody for a touchdown. 53 yards. So they go 58 yards in one play, a 5-yard penalty and a 53-yard run. Outstanding run by Gabriel Perez around the corner, right down along the far sideline, then broke it back to the middle, and then ran into the near corner, just outrunning the Nashoba Valley players. And Tech is back in it at 8-6. They'll try to tie it. They run straight ahead, no good. So Nashoba holds on a skinny 2-point lead now as Tech gets back in it. Let's see if that gives them a little bit of a lift. Not quite halfway through this second period. Well, Tech will be kicking it off as they get themselves back in the game with a lot of football left to play. Nashoba only had to go 19 yards. Tech had to go 58, but they get helped by a penalty and one play. They try an onside kick. Nashoba will get it at their 42. I'm not sure if that was an onside kick or they were kicking a ground ball, trying to get it by the front line of Nashoba so they wouldn't get a run back. But they wound up hitting up one of the linemen up front. And Nashoba's got pretty good field position at their 47-yard line. Off the left side with a head of steam. And that was Delva getting it to the 37 of Tech. A first down. And now going quickly. And they get Tech to jump. And that'll give them 5 more. So Nashoba trying to answer right back. Off the right side, Delva backs his way near the 25. They put it to 27, he picked up 5. And that's enough for a first down. They haven't moved the stakes yet. That's the problem. Those stakes that light up, and it actually gives down and distance on the stake. They haven't moved the stakes yet. I don't know how they're going to decide whether it's a first down or not. Getting loose, getting down to 15-yard line is Boba, the quarterback. And I apologize. The reason they didn't move the stake was because they were an inch away from getting a first down. Delva inside the 15. He picked up 2. I'm not sure where the clock is stopped. I didn't see a timeout. They ran the football. Oh, there was a penalty. So wipe out the 2-yard gain and take the penalty. The ball's at the 10. Boba, the quarterback, took 2 steps back and then ran straight up the middle and got it to the 6. Second and goal. Quarterback keep, not going very far. They push it back to the 8. They lost 2. 3rd and goal. Quarterback sneak inside the 5. They needed the 5 for a first down. It wasn't goal to goal. They get it to the 3-yard line. And they have it 1st and goal. Tech picked it off. They've been running it right down their throat. They decided to throw it. And Miguel Soto picked it off. I don't understand that at all. They ran it right down their throat. They had it 1st and goal, and they rolled to throw it, and Tech gets their 2nd interception. Who called that play? There's a penalty on the play, pushing it back to the 3-yard line. Actually, push it back to the 2. But Tech will take it because they got the football. And the penalty was against Tech. They gave Nashoba back the ball. I'm really confused with these officials. I thought they called that penalty against Tech, pushing it back, and they were going to have it 1st down. Instead, it's Boba going in from the 2. So they complete the 53-yard drive. That looked like Soto had the pick. Tech had the football. I thought the penalty came on the return, and they were giving Tech the ball inside the 5. Instead, they gave it to Nashoba. And Boba ran it in. Now he's looking for the 2-point conversion. Doesn't get there. So after all that, with just over 3 minutes left in the period, Nashoba leads it 14-6. They got their 8-point lead back. Confusion galore down there. Tech was celebrating Soto's interception. I saw the flag, but I thought it was a penalty on the return. And when he marked it off, I said, okay, they're putting the ball back at the 2-yard line. Tech will have it 1st and 10 from the 2. And all of a sudden, they line it up, and Nashoba runs it in for a touchdown. So I apologize for that confusion, but I think everybody was confused there, including Coach Runner. And all the fans, whether it's Nashoba or Tech. But it finally winds up with Nashoba scoring and getting their 8-point lead back. As we're winding down this 2nd period, and a bizarre ending it is. Let's see if they try another onside kick. Alden is the kicker. And they just pop it up. They don't like to kick it deep. They like to try to get the ball back. I think Perez made the catch. Tech is going to get pretty good field position. Waiting for them to finally put it down. I think James Runner's out there talking to the officials as well, all the way out to midfield. He's not happy. They finally got to put it down to the 38-yard line. And that's where Tech will put it in play. They run it off the right side. And they get a couple with Perez. Second and 8. They break it again. Badawi gets loose. Gets down to the 10, maybe inside the 10. Again, that play looked like it was going off the left side. He broke it quickly to the right side and gets down to the 10-yard line. And Tech is knocking on the door. 50 yards on the carry. That's their second 50-yard carry. Perez went 53 for the touchdown. Now we got a timeout down the field. Tech knocking on the door, trying to get back in it. They had just given up a touchdown. Nashoba went 53 yards in 6 plays. A couple of penalties. Helped along the way. Seven plays. So first and goal. Perez off the right side, knocked back. They put it back at the 14. They lost 4. Second and goal from the 14. Taking a long time in the huddle. Second period winding down. They're trying to beat the clock. Rolling, they make the catch, but for very short yardage. Third down. Third and goal. Again, taking some time. Slipping a tackle. Staying on his feet, looking for extra yards. That's Perez. Getting down to about the 5. They put it at the 7. And it's 4th and goal from the 7. This would be a disappointment going to the locker room if they don't convert here after that long run by Badawi. Pinheiro rolling. He gets in the end zone. He had blockers out in front, and they ran it in. And a 2-point conversion, Tech could get themselves in a tie game. $62 yards in 6 plays. They've got back-to-back touchdowns. Now they're looking for a tie game. And we'll dwindle it down to 1/2 of football. Obviously looking for 2 here. They run it off the left side. And they don't get in. But they convert and get a lot closer. Nashoba will get the ball to start the second half. So Tech was down, they beat the clock. How about beating the clock? Can't get much closer than that. They'll kick off, and the first half will be history. Nashoba will carry a 2-point lead into the locker room. As Tech scores on the last 2 possessions, and that bizarre ending on that, what looked like an interception and a takeaway by Tech turned into Nashoba's touchdown to give them an 8-point lead back. But Tech answered with Badawi going 50 to get it down to the 10. It took them 4 plays from there. On 4th and goal from the 7, Luis Pinheiro, the quarterback, ran left, had a bunch of blue shirts out in front of him, and ran it into the left corner of the end zone for the touchdown. And it's 14-12, and that's the way the half is going to end, is after Tech kicks this ball off. They just kick a little number. And they get it near the 30-yard line, and that should do it. So the teams will go to the locker room. Nashoba got on top. Tech answered to get back within 2. Nashoba scored. Tech got back within 2 again. 1/2 of football left. Tech got that very late touchdown, 7 seconds left in the half. To climb back within 2, they missed a 2-point conversion. Now they'll kick it off, and they'll try to have a bigger second half and try to get their first win of the season. They have those long runs, 53-yard touchdown by Gabriel Perez, and a 50-yard run by Badawi got them down close. And then on 4th and goal, with 7 seconds left, Pinheiro went into the end zone. They missed the 2-point conversion, but they're back within 2, and they'll kick it off, and that had to give them a little bit of lift going into the locker room. Rather than being down 8, down only 2, and they'll kick it away. They fumble it, and they're finally going to fall on it back around the 15-yard line. So Nashoba will be pinned down. They're going to put it at the 18-yard line. That's when Nashoba will put it in play. Tech would love to shut him down here. Coming to the near side, that's Delva. Gets around the corner, down the sideline. Depending on where they mark him out, he's going to have a first down. He's run the ball well. They put it to 36. He picked up 18. That's their longest run from scrimmage. They go very quickly, and very quickly Tech knocks him down for a loss. Guerrero was one of the guys that wrapped him up. They lose 2 to the 34. Again, very quickly, no huddle, fast break football. They let it fly long, and it's picked off. Bellamar with the pick. And Tech will have pretty good field position at the Tech 43. So Tech forcing a turnover again. They get 2 interceptions. They actually had 3. Soto looked like he picked that pass off to shut Nashoba down late in the first half, but there was a penalty on the play. That was when all that confusion arose. A late handoff to Morgan. They give him a yard to the 44. Second down and a short 9. He gained about a yard and a foot. Heck would love to have a long drive here, take some time off the clock, and get their first lead of the game. Panero lets it fly. Incomplete. They had all kinds of people around Soto. 3 white shirts covering him. Tech was lucky to get that one back. Third and 9. Off the left side, they're going to get down just about to midfield. It's going to bring up a 4th and 3, and I'm going to guess that James Runner is going to go for it here. He does it a lot. He has a lot of faith in his defense. So if he gives up field position, he feels they can shut them down. And he wants to hold on to the football. So they need 3 on this 4th down. They go quickly. Panero keeps it. Not going to get there. Couldn't get around the corner. He's going to lose yardage. And Nashoba's going to get the ball in Tech territory. He lost 2. So Tech defense has to go to work. Nashoba has good field position at the Tech 48, leading 14-12. Second game of the season for both teams, both looking for their first win. Motion coming to the near side. Went forward, then went back. Perez with the hit. Boba got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and 10. The handoff went to Dismaris. He picked up 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Bobo with the keep. It's going to bring up a 4th down. He picked up a yard to the 42. So it's going to be 4th and 4, and they're going to go. And Tech jumped. There's the new rule. He took a step forward, didn't make contact, didn't hit anybody, but it's a 5-yard penalty anyway, and it gives Nashoba a first down. So the first down of the second half is a penalty against Tech. And he actually gave him a 6-yard penalty, moved it to the 36. They're running off the left side, and they just keep piling up and keep pushing and keep pushing. They get all the way down near the 20-yard line. That was just Tech pushing one way, Nashoba pushing the other way, and Nashoba got the advantage. They wound up picking up 14 yards on the first down, and they're at the 22. And they looked for the end zone. They had a man open. They overthrew him. They had the right call. They had Pearson wide open, and he threw it too far. 2nd and 10. And it was a penalty against Tech. And they move it down to the 11-yard line. First down. First and 10 from the 11. They hit him in the backfield. Morgan with the big defensive play, wrapping up Delva. They lost 7 on the play. And actually, they put it down. They stopped them at the 15-yard line, so they only lost 4. We're closing in on the halfway mark of this third period. Looking to throw into the end zone again. Looking for Pearson, too far. Third and long. 3rd and 14. And for the first time, Nashoba goes to a huddle. They've been fast breaking. Long and deep in the end zone again. Flags all over the place. He caught the pass for a touchdown, Alden. And I'm sure the pass was going to be interference. They threw it up. Alden went between two defenders, got bumped, and made the catch anyway. His second touchdown. And this is a big conversion here. A conversion here would make it a two-score game. Nashoba's got the 8-point lead back. They're going to try and get more. That was a great catch by Alden in between two defenders. Motion coming. Boba tried to run it straight ahead, not going anywhere. So Tech shuts him down and keeps it a one-score game. 8 points, but it's a one-score game. 48 yards in 8 plays. Tech went for it on 4th down and gave him good field position, and then they helped out with 2 big penalties. And Tech has got their work cut out for them again. Down 8. Just about halfway through this third period. Alden went up in between two defenders. He got bumped because they threw the flag for interference, but he caught it anyway. And Nashoba will kick it off. One of those pooch kicks, fielded at the 35-yard line, and Tech is going to get good field position. That time they hit a little pop fly over the front line. Tech caught it on the fly and got it out to the 45-yard line. So they've had good field position most of the game. So they got to go to work again. They hit a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It's been long runs for Tech that have set up their touchdowns. One got them a touchdown. The other one set up the second one. Nailed in the backfield. They lost a yard. Second and 11. Off the right side. Out to the 48. So he picked up 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 7. They run it straight up the middle with Perez. He's loose, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, stays on his feet. They're going to call him out at the 11-yard line. Great run again. "41 yards. He's got 94 yards in 2 carries. Tech knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the 11. Pinero with the keep. They push him forward near the 5. They put it right at the 5. So he picked up just about 6. Actually, he put the ball at the 6-yard line, so he picked up 5. 2nd down and 5. They can get a 1st down at the 1-yard line. Coming to the near side, trying to cut it up inside. Push back. I don't know how much forward progress they're going to give him. And he didn't give him any. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. And we're going to get a timeout. Tech wants to talk about it. Nashoba picked off fumble recovery. That was Aiden, who's got 2 touchdowns. He got the fumble recovery. He caught the pass for a touchdown. It was 8-0. Tech came back and made it 8-6 on a 53-yard run by Perez. Nashoba came right back, 53 yards in 7 plays. Boba, the quarterback, going in from the 3. (14-6). Tech answered, beating the clock. 62 yards in 6 plays, 50 of them picked up by Badawi. On the last play, 4th and 7, with 7 ticks left on the clock, Pinero ran it in the near side corner, and it was 14-12. Nashoba came back, 48 yards in 8 plays to grab a 20-12 lead. And now Tech, on a 41-yard run by Perez, gets it down deep. They've got it 3rd and 5 at the 6. And they're not going anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Normally we think if you have a kicker, you might try a field goal to get it less than 8 points. Well, Tech obviously doesn't have a kicker. So now, big play for both teams. They actually lost a yard back to the 7. So it makes it 4th and 6. timeout. So they burned 2 of their 3 timeouts on this drive. To talk about it. Nashoba scored, kicked off. Tech had a 10-yard return to the 45-yard line. The big 41-yard run by Perez got them down close. They had it 1st and 10 at the 11. The first play picked up 5, so it looked good. They had 2nd and 5, but then they had 0 on the next play, -1 on 3rd down. And now they come up with 4th and 6 from the 7. So another big play for both teams. Tech can get back into it. Touchdown will get them close. The 2-point conversion would tie it up. But they got to get it in first. So the wheel's turning. Let's see what they came up with. You go to that makeshift power eye. And there's a big help by Nashoba. They just jumped. They try to anticipate. And now it's going to be 4th and a yard. That's where their new rule comes into play. He didn't make contact. He stepped over the line and got back way before the ball was snapped. But it doesn't make any difference. Once you break the plane. So now it's 4th down and a yard for a first down, 4th down and 2 for a touchdown. Now they moved it back for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that. They moved it back to the 3. Actually moved it back to the 4, so they only gave them like half the distance. They didn't mark off 5 yards. Pinheiro keeps and goes in for the touchdown. He just ran it straight ahead. And now they'll look for the conversion. So they do it again. They convert on 4th down. $55 yards in 7 plays. And now again, the all-important conversion. They haven't made one. The difference, Nashoba made their first 2-point conversion. Nobody has made one since. Tech looking for their first, look to tie it up. Off the right side, not going to get there. So as they come back upfield, Tech once again creeps back. The story of this game, Nashoba takes the lead. Tech comes back within 2. Nashoba gets the lead back. Tech comes back within 2. They can't get over that hump. (20-18). Now, as they did at the end of the first half, there was a penalty on the play against Nashoba. So Tech is going to kick off from the Nashoba 45-yard line. That's what all that commotion was. I was wondering why they were stopping. The clock didn't run out. They went to the sidelines, both teams. Officials had a little conversation, and they come up with a 15-yard penalty against Nashoba. And they assess it on the kickoff, and they'll kick off from Nashoba's 45-yard line. Let's see if Tech tries an onside kick here. They just pooch it. And they'll run it back shy of the 35-yard line. At the Nashoba 34 is where they'll put it in play. I'm still amazed by the stakes that light up. A quick out. And that's Alden with the catch. Out to the 45. They picked up 9. All of a sudden, the Nashoba's come out throwing the ball. Maris with the catch to midfield. Hit and dropped in the backfield. Big time play by Germani Guerrero. Back to the 47. They lost 3, it'll be 3rd and 8. They throw it over the head of Desmarais. It'll bring up a 4th down. And let's see what they do. They're going to kick it away. So Tech's defense comes up big. Winding down this 3rd period, Tech's going to get the football back. And it takes a good Nashoba bounce inside the 10. They let it roll to the 7-yard line. And that's where Tech will get the football. We have to be very careful here. 27 ticks showing on the scoreboard clock left in this 3rd period. They put it down at the 8. So Tech will have it there. They'll run a play, and the 3rd period will be history. And Nashoba holding on to that 2-point lead. They've matched touchdowns, but Nashoba has managed to get 1 2-point conversion. Perez breaks it again. This is Badawi, breaking. Perez with the block. Badawi, 1 man to beat. Down the sideline. Finally going to get knocked down. Another huge run by Tech. Yeah, it looks like it's coming back. Came to the near side, broke it back to the far side, had a sprint, and somewhere along the line, somebody held somebody. And that's a shame. That's a long run by Badawi, and it's going to be cut short. He's only going to get 14 yards to the 22-yard line. They're going to mark it from the 32. And what a tough break for the Tigers. They give him to the 32 for 24 yards. And then they mark it back to the 22. And they won't run another play before the period's over. And they'll have a chance to talk about it. 12 minutes of football left. Tech trailing by 2, and they just had their hearts broken. Badawi had one run for 50 earlier. That was going to be down to the 10-yard line. That was going to be 80 yards. First play, they get loose again. That looked like it was Balama with the carry. Out to the 32 for a first down. Tech holds on to the football. They started to open up some holes with that line. And they do it again. Another nice run by Badawi across the 45. Long runs have been the offense. The call of the day for Tech. You got to the 46, picked up 14. Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back-to-back first downs. Badawi got a first down, even though they pushed it back to the 22. Now they get back-to-back first downs, starting the fourth period. Short yardage on that play. As they pile it up and push it back. They actually gave him to the 47 on that first play for 15 yards, and now they give him to the 48 for a yard. So second down and 9. We're going to get a timeout. And that might be Tech's last timeout. That could hurt. Using up those 3 timeouts. They used up a couple on that touchdown late in the third period. Now they use another one. They have it second down and 9 at their own 48-yard line, trailing by 2. They keep coming back, but they keep coming up short, not getting the conversion. Let's see who jumped. Tech jumped, Nashoba jumped. Let's see who they call it against. It's going to be Tech. They could have called it on both teams. So now it's going to be 2nd and 14. Trying to hold on to the football. They've been running it. They threw a couple of passes. They've only completed 2. They're going to try and make it 3. And they're not going to get the pass off. They lost the football. It looked like Pinero's was stopped and knocked for a loss. But Liam Carlson took the football away. And he ran it back for a touchdown. They were going to lose 8 yards on the play. 35-yard return. And here's another big-time play for the 2-point conversion. They throw for it, and they get it. The catch by Kearns. So all of a sudden, Carlson goes 35 yards. And it's 32-18. That 8-point conversion all of a sudden. That's the first 2-point conversion since the first touchdown. And Tech finds themselves down 14 points. And a little pooch kick. And Tech will grab it at the 41-yard line. So Tech looked like they were moving the football. 1st and 10 at their 47. The penalty hurt them. They were looking to throw the football on 2nd and long. Pinero got wrapped up. It looked like his forward progress was stopped, but they didn't blow the whistle. And there was Carlson just taking the ball away and going 35 yards for the touchdown. And we got a penalty against Nashoba. We've had a lot of these. Nashoba gets penalized to their 46. That's a first down for Tech. Then they've been running for the 2-point conversion. They looked like they were running again. They just dropped it off to Kearns for the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, it's a 14-point lead. And here's Perez again with another run. Loose down the sideline. Another long run by Perez. Inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. got 133 yards in 3 carries. Tech, right back at it. Now we're going to get a timeout called by Nashoba. So Nashoba got their biggest lead of the day on that steal and takeaway by Carlson, and the 2-point conversion, the throw to Kearns, made it a 14-point game. And all of a sudden, here comes Tech trying to get back in it. They got a lot of time left. Perez gets loose again, picks up 39 yards, his 3rd long run from scrimmage. 133 yards in 3 carries. 1 for a touchdown. 1 setting up a touchdown. He's hoping this one sets up another touchdown as they have it 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And this is obviously a must-scoring situation for Tech, and then they have to get the ball back and do it again. Somewhere along the line, they have to get a conversion. They throw the pass in the end zone. Perez started it, Perez finishes it. (28-24). And there's Perez off the left side. They finally get a conversion. Don't go away. 59 yards helped out by a penalty. Perez doing the job. They go 59 yards. A 15-yard penalty thrown in. The last 46 picked up by Perez. So they do it in 2 plays. And they're back within 2 again. So they match touchdowns and conversions. Tech keeps closing within 2. They had to get their first 2-point conversion to do that. A little pooch kick fielded at about the 43-yard line. So neither team wants to kick the ball deep. So the Tech defense has to go to work and get the ball back. That State not only lights up, but it lights up 1st and 10 and tells them where they have to get to for the first down. Running straight ahead for a couple, getting pushed back. Delva squeezes it out to the 47. He got 4. So Perez and Badawi with their long runs from scrimmage, keeping Tech in the ball game. And that front line opening up some holes. 2nd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw. They line it up. It's picked off. He just threw that up for grabs. Pinheiro picked it off. That was a screen set up. He didn't even look. He just threw a little pop fly. And Pinheiro said, "Thank you very much," and picked it off at the Nashoba 48-yard line. So Tech with a golden opportunity, and I think Nashoba took a timeout. So both teams have emptied their timeouts, I think. Nashoba might have one. I don't think Tech has any. But Tech has a golden opportunity. They have it at the Nashoba 48-yard line. 1st and 10, down 2 points. And it was 8-0, 8-6, 14-8, 14-12. 2012, 2018. 28-18, 28-26. Each time Nashoba has led, they've led all the way through. Tech has never had the lead. Each time Tech has battled back, and each time they've cut the lead to 2. If Nashoba missed the conversion, Tech missed the conversion. If Nashoba made the conversion, like last time, Tech made the conversion. They're first. And now they get a big opportunity with Pinheiro's interception. They have it at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Can they have another long run? Trying to come to the near side. They lost the football. It goes to the ground. Obviously, Nashoba says they have it. But the official, I don't think, is going to give it to them. Now they're saying, I still haven't seen a sign. Now they say Nashoba recovered. Desmaris picks it off. And they're in Tech territory. So we give it, then we take it away. Tech had that momentum with the pick. They were excited, and they turn it over at the Tech 48. They would have not been happy, but they would have accepted the -4 yards. But now they got to go back to work on defense and shutting Nashoba down. At the 48-yard line. Now we're seeing, I guess it's a timeout by Nashoba. I don't think either team can stop the clock the rest of the way. They officially call the timeout now. So Tech, Pinheiro with that pick, they just scored a touchdown to get back within 2. They picked off the pass, looked like they were in pretty good shape. And they give it back on the first play on a fumble. There was a mix-up on the handoff. Do I give it to you? Do I take it away? And it winds up going to the ground, and Desmaris picked it off. So if nothing else, Nashoba can shorten the game up. Delva off the right side. He's close to a first down. He put it at the 42 is where his knee went down. They give him 6. So it's 2nd down and 4. Tech needs a stop. He has to go down and score. Delver straight ahead, gets pushed by his friends, and gets down to about the 35-yard line for a first down. That'll momentarily stop the clock. So he picks up 13 in 2 carries. They can't give up a score. They have to shut him down. Delver slipped the tackle. Can't slip the next couple. He's going to get piled out of bounds. He was lucky to get close to the line of scrimmage. He got hit in the backfield, but got out of it and wound up losing 2, I think. They put it at the 37. He lost 2. It looked like he was going to lose about 4 or 5. Second down and 12. Good penetration by the Tech defense. That was Guerrero again, I think. They hit him in the backfield this time. Guerrero again. He just got in the backfield. It looked like he was going to take the handoff. Perez was there as well. Perez gently helps Delver up. They said his forward progress was stopped at the 40. So he loses 3. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Great penetration by Germani Guerrero. Let's see if they put the ball up here. Looked like they jumped. They're looking for Aiden. Incomplete. Now, what do you do if you're Nashoba? You don't want to give Tech the 40-yard line. You need 15 yards. You would think they would kick it away. And they're lining up to do just that. Kick, partially blocked, Tech got a piece of it. A huge break. That might have been Guerrero again. Benjamin Poljoy was there as well. Tech gets a huge break. They're going to get the ball at midfield. "50 yards away from taking the lead." They gave it away on an interception. Now they get the momentum back. Now the Tech fans back in it on the sideline. The Nashoba fans, white knuckle time. Slips a tackle. Badawi gets it inside the 45. They had him at the line of scrimmage. Good hard run. He picked up 6. Second down and 4. So now it's Nashoba having to come up big on defense. They stack him up and push him back. They lost the yard. It'll be 3rd and 5. I don't think there's any question that they're in 4-down territory. We're going to Tech player down. It's nice. That's Badawi. That would have been a big loss. He went down, but he's going out on his own steam to the sideline. Third and 5. 2 big plays coming up for Tech in the ball game. They trailed by 2. Perez slips another tackle, stays on his feet, gets a big first down. Boy, he is running hard. That's a big first down. He picked up 8. He's pushing 150 yards. He's been huge. They go to the spread now. They give it to Perez again. Not going very far that time. Forward progress to the 35. He picked up 2. 2nd and 8. This is a huge drive for Tech. They trailed by 2. They've never had the lead. The closest they've come is each time they've scored, they've cut the lead to 2. Tech fans, and there's a few of them up in the stands. They put the stands down on the 10-yard line, 20-yard line. I don't know why they did that. But they're up on their feet. Pinero with the keep, slips a tackle, stays on his feet. He's going to get near the 30. He was down for a minute. I thought he was down, but he's back up. He picked up 4. Another 2 big plays coming up for Tech. 3rd and 4. At the 31-yard line, trailing by 2 late here in the 4th period. Looking for their first win of the season. Perez off the left side, stumbles forward. He's close. Let's see where they put it. They put it to 27. He picked up 4. And that's enough for a first down. Tech still has a pulse on this drive. Perez picks up the first down. Badawi is back in the game as well. From the 27. Off the left side, Perez turns the corner. Cuts it up inside. He's got another first down. He has been immense in this game running the football. And unfortunately, it's coming back. They're going to mark off against Tech. And it's a big one. Back to the 37. So it's going to be 1st and 20. What a shot in the back that is. They were down inside the 20. Here comes Tech. Perez again. Getting some of that penalty yardage back. Down to the 28. He picked up 9. 2nd and 11. This is it for the Tigers. They have to get the ball in the end zone. Otherwise, with no timeouts, Nashoba will just run the clock out. Second and 11. Off the left side, cutting it up inside. Perez gets more yardage. Down to the 25, he picked up 3. 3rd and 8. Cuts it to the outside, he's loose down the sideline. He walks in for the touchdown. What a game Perez is having. He's close to 200 yards. And Tech has fought themselves all the way back to take the lead. And they'll go for 2. Player of the week, Perez. Badawi runs in the conversion. $50 yards in 9 plays. $51 picked up. There was a penalty along the way, obviously a 10-yard penalty. 51 yards on the drive by Perez. And the Tech defense has to shut Nashoba down. They don't have any more timeouts. Nashoba went ahead 8-0, turning a fumble into a touchdown and a conversion. Tech cut it to 8-6 on a 53-yard run by who else? Perez. Nashoba scored to make it 14-6. The quarterback sneak from the 3 by Boba. Badawi went 50 yards, getting it close. 7 seconds left in the half. Pinero on 4th and 7 ran it in to make it 14-12 at halftime. Nashoba, a takeaway on Nashoba in the 3rd period. Went 48 yards in 8 plays, made it 20-12 with the 2nd touchdown pass from Boba to Aiden. Perez again ran 41 yards to get it down close. Pinero ran it in on 4th down from the 4 to make it 20-18. The takeaway by Carlson made it 28-18. Tech came back. Perez ran at 39 to get it close. He took it in, 28-26. A big interception, we think it was Bellamar. But they turned it back. Or a fumble recovery, I think, by Bellamar. I'll get it straight. Pinero intercepted a pass. They were driving, and it was a fumble recovery by Desmaris of Nashoba. Tech shut them down. They were looking to punt. They blocked the kick. It was either Guerrero or Pojoy that blocked the kick. Now they complete the pass to Kearns. They're at the Tech 40. The kick was blocked. Rolling to the near side, Boba trying to get out of play and stop the clock. He gets close. He gets a first down. The kick was blocked. They get the ball at the 50-yard line. Perez went to work, ran for 51 yards on the drive. He runs it in from 25. Badawi got the conversion, 34-28. And now Boba gets it down close to the 20-yard line. He picks up 20. Time winding down. They don't have any timeouts. I'm not sure what the stoppage is for. I know he went out of bounds, but they're taking a lot of time to put the ball back in play. Over the middle, incomplete. So Perez has got 2, Pinero's got 2. Badawi's got a conversion. Perez has got a conversion as well. And the defense trying to shut him down and get the ball back. Incomplete. Third and 10 with the clock winding down. Nashoba 20 yards away from a tying score and a possible conversion for a win. Tech trying to keep them out and get a big win and go 1-1. Motion. Boba looking to throw. In trouble, going to get sacked. Minnesota got to him. They got to go quickly. 4th down. They lob it up. Incomplete. Tech is going to get the football and they're going to get the win. They'll just have to take a knee. So Nashoba gave it a shot. They got down to the 20-yard line. They needed to go 60 yards. They went 40. Tech is going to celebrate. That was the last play. So Pinero with 2. Perez goes close to 200 yards on the ground. Badawi runs it well. The front line took control in that second half and got some openings. They finally made 2 two-point conversions. It wasn't until there was a minute left they took the lead in the game now they are going to run a play. They took the lead 32-24 on a 50-yard drive after a blocked kick on a punt. And Perez doing most of the damage. They went 50 yards, but they had to go further. It was a 10-yard penalty. He picked up 51 yards on the drive, a big 25-yard run for the touchdown. And he was immense for Lynn Tech, and it's going to be a very happy bus ride back. The only time they took the lead was with just over a minute left in the game. They kept cutting it to 2. They run one play, and that's going to do it. So Tech is going to get their first win. Pinero scores 2. Perez scores 2. Badawi gets a conversion. Perez gets a conversion. They come all the way back. The big block punt at the end. There were turnovers galore, penalties galore, but with just over a minute left, Perez the difference with the 25-yard run gives Tech their first lead of the ball game with just over a minute left. And they win it by a score of 34-28. Congratulations to James Runner as they get on the board with their first win of the season, and they do it in the last minute, led by Perez, going close to 200 yards rushing. So Lynn Tech 34, Nashoba 28. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.